All right. Well, let's jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this best of 7 right now. It's going to be Deadbones as the quartermaster versus ZenoAkoop as Hopper, the ultimate in grudge matches and arch rivalries. We have the quartermaster versus Hopper. That's an arch rivalry right there. And Deadbones versus ZenoAkoop. It's another rivalry right there. We're going to pass this one off to Best Teammaker and LeConte. Going to be guiding us through this best of 7. Take it away, guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Grand Finals here, and we have a bit of a salty run back here, both from the group stages and all the way from the semifinals of the July Joust. It's Deadbones versus ZenoAkoop. LeConte, what do you expect is going to happen here? By the way, we have double owls in play in this loadout right now, so all expectations are now going out the window for me.
Oh, I think the players are catching on that Owl is a very strong tier 3 right now, and it has been showing in the AV Xeno series we saw today, but obviously players have been practicing earlier on. Deadbones looks to go for the Wolf Badger combo in this first game with Sniper Balloon and Machine Gun Nest to get that up.
An interestingly structure-heavy build from Deadbones.
He wants to buy time for his Wolf Badger. He's not picking tier 2, just relying on Machine Gun Nest and Balloons. And Xeno, interestingly enough, does not have Ferrets, so he has no easy way to deal with this defensive play that Deadbones is going to be going for.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1. Sit tight. This is going to be quite the series indeed. ZenoAkoop to the north, Deadbones to the south, and this lovely night of battle. I love the weather effects in this game, don't you?
They are quite amazing. To start off with, it could be very early morning, and this is.
Well, the moon is shining. If you move around, you can see the reflection
you see it on
off the water.
But it could be very early morning, and as the players will battle throughout the day. Now, Deadbones has he wants to go for a longer game, but his expansions aren't all too easy, whereas ZenoAkoop is the player who has who can go late. But Deadbones, his options for early aggression are rather limited.
It is a pretty defensible position he's in, although he could be in danger of getting contained if Xeno decides to go for an aggressive aggressive mill, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that way. Xeno's going to sit back for a little bit.
Here we go. Deadbones going with the 5-farm Badger Rush.
What?
This is...
We saw this, like when people were trying out it's going to get scouted right away.
It's going to get scouted, but doesn't mean it can be dealt with.
So we saw this happen when this new patch first came out. People were experimenting, and they were finding that a tier 3 rush could be a big problem to deal with.
ZenoAkoop is going to try and counter with his own tier 3 rush, but his Warren has only just started, whereas Deadbones is going to start his Badger in about 3 seconds from now. So This Owl is not going to be done before the Badger.
And he just got the farm to get the Badger going, so there it is. It is now in the process of being trained and ready for combat here, the Deadly Badger right now. In the meantime, the Warren of the Owl on Xeno's side still building right now. He does have 2 Warrens of Squirrel. In the meantime, Deadbones, he's going to go all in with this Badger play. He has a Warren of Pigeons to help back them up.
But it's going to be wild when this Owl comes out, because he has to sell his Squirrel Warren in order to get this Owl building, but the Badger is 10 seconds away from building, and Deadbones is going to have Pigeons to heal it up. So with some decent micro and high ground vision from the Pigeons, Deadbones has a road to work with to the south of ZenoAkoop's base. So I think this Badger could be very strong.
Xeno does survive that encounter. He is going to be able to barrel back to base pretty safely, but right now, Deadbones is starting the march. Look at the Badger.
20 seconds before the Owl is out.
The Badger carrying her hefty minigun right now. It's ready to fire very, very soon. It's almost in range. Here we go. It's starting to wind up right now, but the Badger's already at half health right now, but it does wipe out the Squirrels. It's wiping out the Warrens one by one. The Owl does come into play, and it looks like both died, but the mice are on the field right now for Xeno. He gets an instant 6 mice reinforcement here, and Deadbones does not have farm to rebuild a Badger.
What the hell?
No, he does. He just got the food, and now it's rebuilding. So here we go again. This could be round 2, but this could be over. Xeno decides to attack this right now. His Owl is also rebuilding at this very minute, but he still has mice on the field.
And Deadbones was attempting to just straight up end the game by focus firing Xeno's mill. rather than pulling back his badge and healing up. But now the game is kind of odd, where both players don't really have tier 1. There's some squirrels for Zeno and some pigeons for Deadbones. And they just have tier 3 armies, so... yeah, this is an interesting game. The owl is out for Zeno, so he can start to do some pressure if he wants to.
Ooh. Zeno does go for this expansion to the right side. He does want to get his economy up for himself, but in the meantime, Deadbones has the march going on for himself this time. He's putting down so many pigeon wards right now. 12 pigeons in the making right now, 5 already on the field. Here we go, the mice are underway. The Badger trying to get its damage done, but the gun isn't fully wound up quite yet. The Badger is down, and the Owl's still healthy, still spouting out reinforcements. That's it. Zeno wins game number 1.
Countering a tier 3 rush with your own tier 3, I didn't think it was possible, but ZenoAkoop proves me wrong. It's a quick win for Zeno.
What?
And we'll take 1 game.
It was really hard to tell what happened up there, but as Deadbones was focusing down that mill, how did the target change to the Owl? Did he just try to micro the Badger around, or?
I believe the owl was just closer to the owl was closer to whichever point he was targeting, so he did end up shooting down the owl. Either way, I think Deadbones, if he'd gone for either the Warrens or the owl and kept his Badger alive, that would have been a lot better. But with the mice being swift, it's very hard to get that owl out alive, the Badger out alive.
Alright, well, game number 1, Zeno does win the tier 3 war. And he's going to be going with most of the same build, it looks like. Again, Zeno, a very consistent player. He believes what he thinks is strong and will continue to play it that same way. Deadbone's going to be switching out the Badger for the Fox. Here we go. It's going to be game number 2. Deadbones versus ZenoAkoop. Zeno in the north side of the map. Deadbones once again in the south side of the map. What? It's the exact same map placement, except we have a bit of a different map here.
Yeah, Deadbones is not going to be happy about this map and the last one. Zeno has the pick of the litter when it comes to bases. Deadbones has one all the way to the east, of the west, sorry, northwest of his base, which is fairly uncontested, but it's still rather far away, and then he has nowhere to go.
I do want to point out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to point out, if you take a look at their draft, it's essentially a mirror match here, except it's going to be a Fox versus Owl, and I think we talked about this before, but the Owl, we said, takes out the Fox pretty easily, especially when the mice are on the field.
Owl has an edge against the Fox. It's going to depend on whoever goes for the tier 3 timing, I believe. If both players go for tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3, I think Zeno is going to have a good edge in this game, just because of the map positioning, the fact that both players have balloons. What if Deadbones goes for an early Fox? That could be very strong in the way that the last game of ZenoAkoop versus AV revolved around the balloon and the Fox timing. ZenoAkoop is going first Warren Skunk on 7 farms.
Interesting. He probably reading about Deadbones going for a tier 1 instead. Although I don't.
But these skunks.
He has
30 seconds before they're up. Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Oh, Deadbones is already on his way with the single squirrel.
He's gonna poke away at this Warren, but there's gonna be a tier 1 out sooner rather than later. And he can't keep vision for very long because his commander is gonna lose HP.
Yep, so he's going to have to back off for the time being, unable to really do much other than chip damage to the Warren, which gets instantly healed up.
Yeah, and Zeno's Skunk first is actually going to work out. He doesn't have his 8th farm, which puts him behind a little bit in economy, but his army is really strong right now.
Alright, and one more thing to mention, Deadbones puts a Warren way out front of his boundary here.
Yeah, he wants to secure this map.
He's going to supplement it with a balloon as well.
It's fairly standard. Deadbones plays secure as much as the map as possible. He may want to go for this base all the way east as well, because Zeno can't really get to it if Deadbones controls the middle of the map, and that way Deadbones secures himself 2 expansions rather than 1.
Alright, so we have another interesting matchup here. To be Squirrels and Skunk versus Squirrels and Falcons. It looks like Deadbones actually getting his own Skunk up on the field though right now. It's currently being built underway at the moment, but Zeno, he is going to be blocked by this balloon here. He sees it, backs off, knows he's not going to survive the scout here. In the meantime, Deadbones does sneak around to the back, checking to see if there are any expansions taken by Zeno. Nothing quite yet, so he's going to come back and think about looking to expand here.
Yep, he's going to go for his own base. He has the balloon up, which is a strong defensive position against Skunk Toad, which is the bulk of Xeno's army, although he's adding in a lot of squirrels right now.
Oh, Zeno, he's a little confident about this. He's going to move on forward. He doesn't fear the balloon right now. He's going to have the squirrels target the balloon at the moment. In the meantime, the skunks are laying down the gas. And it looks like Zeno has more gas on the field right now. Deadbones has no more skunks of his own, but he does have the falcons, which are unaffected by the gas. The squirrels are also gone from Zeno's side. So, bit of an even trade from both sides here, but Deadbones does lose a bigger chunk of his army.
Yeah, Deadbones losing the balloon and one of his warrens is going to be rather bad for him in the future. And Xeno's skunk lives with 2 HP. But Zeno still is on 7 farms, so...
He's still coming back. He wants that salty run back here in that last battle. Here we go once again. The explosions from the toads going off, hitting their marks right now. One of the warrens is gone. But Zeno, he is going to back up for the time being. He just kills some warrens. He kills a tier 2 warren. He kills no farms, however.
Yeah, Zeno feels pretty good about this, probably. He can just go again. He has another minute or so. Yeah, he has another minute or so before he needs to start thinking about expanding. So he's just going to go.
All right, here they go. This skunk quickly chunked down to pieces at this moment. Another skunk is born, however, on the sidelines. Now pouring gas all over behind. The squirrels are getting ripped to pieces by the gas. They're going to have to back up for the time being.
Microed that perfectly. He kept his falcon alive. The timing on his second skunk was just about right. Yeah, so and then the gas shuts down all of the squirrel aggression from Zeno. Zeno, who is now adding on that final farm and looking to expand, but Deadbones has snuck in a very, very greedy farm, I want to say, but it is starting to pay off.
Yep, Zeno is going to scout out that there is an expansion here to the left side of the map right now. And it looks like Deadbones, he's slowly starting to overtake army value above Zeno right now, thanks to that nice little bit of play there. And
I don't think Deadbones can go for an aggressive play just yet, but he can.
Zeno did sell off his skunks, however.
Oh, that makes it rather tricky.
Oh, and Deadbones, he's gonna take advantage of this bit of a lull here. He's gonna be pouring down the skunk gas right now. Gonna retreat for a little bit of time being, but there is skunk gas on Zeno's side of the map, and he's still gonna keep on going. He's gonna keep on going. There's a lot of targets here. Just spread the gas around, and Zeno has to be very careful with how he moves around his units. He's already losing some, choking to the gas already. And Zeno, he's backed up in the corner. His units can't escape. They're literally being surrounded by gas at this very moment. The mill is down. That's going to be game. Deadbone takes game number 2.
Skunk micro. Deadbones. Wow, that was great. Just because if the skunk targets a tile that's already has skunk gas on it, the gas will spread to a nearby tile. So he could just keep shooting at that mill and start getting gas down, and Zeno can't do much about it. So that ties up the series 1-1.
And then the unfortunate thing that Zeno felt that he had to sell off his skunk warren, and now he doesn't have really anything to fight out Deadbones' reinforcements here. And Deadbones' own 2 skunks, they just do whatever they pleased.
Yeah, Deadbones Zeno didn't quite do enough with his early aggression, and then he ran out of steam, and it was Deadbones' turn to go on the offensive, and he did so perfectly.
Alright, we're going to saw some great Skunk and Falcon gameplay here in this one. Let's see how Game 3 is going to look. Zeno taking a few seconds here to catch his breath right now after that last one. And so we're seeing 2 pretty interesting games here. The first one was a tier 3 outplay by Zeno, able to get his owl in front of the badger to prevent him killing the mill. In the meantime, game number 2, Deadbones microing his way out of a sticky situation and coming back with a nice decisive victory here. And it looks like we may be seeing the same loadouts once more here. Don't fix what ain't broke.
Same loadouts. Oh, except let's change it up.
Okay. Loses faith in the balloons a little bit, but here we go. It's going to be game number 3 now. Zeno in the north side. Deadbones shifted a little bit to the west now, but essentially still the same part of the map. And expansion choices seem to be still in favor of Zeno, although they are a little bit farther out than he'd probably like.
Yeah. Zeno has at first glance, Zeno has a good map position. But at the same time, once Deadbones establishes something outside of his main area and the unfortunate water spawn, he can definitely make this map work. There's also a base all the way in the south, which one of the players might end up picking up. Zeno can get it quite easily. It's a little bit tricky for Deadbones to do. So.
And the nice thing about Deadbones' little base here, it can be pretty defensible here. He can put up the machine gun nets at the edge of the high ground here just to defend it and make it hard for Zeno to approach. His only way of high ground vision are Falcons, which are not going to come out fast enough possibly for an early aggression here. So
yeah,
both sides pretty good.
Have a fairly good early base to defend. Zeno takes that little bit of high ground right away with a Warren, so that's great. And Deadbones, fortunately, has enough space to build his Warrens on, which can often be an issue with maps like this. But he has a lot of space. And now Deadbones is going to be the one going for first Warren Skunk on 8 farms.
Yep, he scouts out the early Warren from Zeno, tier 1 Warren, and he's going to counter with his Skunks. Knows that the terrain here might be a little bit tough for Zeno's troops to actually maneuver around here. So this little waterlogged area that Deadbones is trapped into might actually work out to his favor.
So Deadbones' base is surrounded by water, which will slow down units, and ZenoAkoop's base is more or less surrounded by roads, which will speed up units. So there's some interesting dynamics going on here. Zeno going purely into tier 1, whereas Deadbones is going to have his first skunk just about ready, so I wonder if he's going to push with it right away.
Ooh, it does look like Zeno wants to... Well, he's just going to move his squirrels up a little bit up forward. In the meantime, I'm going to scout to see what's going on. Does see the skunk gas immediately, and we're going to have to see how he's going to respond to this. Possibly Falcons.
Deadbones looks like he's going to add on another tier 2. Yeah, he adds on
Deadbones. Oh, it's Deadbones who gets the Falcons. Zeno, I don't know what he's waiting for, but Deadbones is marching on forward right now. His troops are crossing the bridge here. Although not going to commit to the battle quite yet. Deadbones is going to scout out this area to see how he wants to approach this. He's going to serve as the high ground vision for his units. And there we go. The skunk gas is now being laid down on the field right now. Zeno going to back his troops around, try to circle his way through with the toads in front. And they take out all the skunks here. Deadbones has no army to defend here, and he's going to have to back off for the time being.
Very nice trade for Zeno. The toads blow up on the skunks, and now Deadbones' attack is stopped dead in its tracks. Zeno had lost some units to the skunk gas, but now he can secure this position, get this balloon up, and the game becomes rather hard for Deadbones.
Yep, he maneuvered his units down very nicely, made sure his toads out were in the front to take out as many of Deadbones' units. So
Deadbones has sold his squirrels and is going for an owl.
Deadbones going to go all in on this high tier play here. Not really something I've usually seen from players of this caliber. Interesting.
Maybe he feels like the maps needs to do it. And against this many toads and squirrels, I believe the owl may be a good choice. Again, though the toads are kind of good, at the same time they're not great. So we'll have to see.
One thing I'm slightly worried about is that balloon that Zeno put up here on the high ground. How is he going to actually be able to deal with it? Because his Falcons are in danger of being picked off in that case.
Ideally, the mice will tank the shots while the Falcons kill it. But now Deadbones is looking to secure this.
He scouts out the tier 3. There it is, Zeno with his dying breath. We'll see what Deadbones is up to here. Meanwhile, Deadbones he's only just gotten his second expansion here. It's going to be a little bit south to him around the lake. So trying to secure some more economy.
Ahead in economy for now, but Deadbones is going to have his owl out in about 5 seconds. And then we'll see if he decides to push with it right away or if he favors getting some more farms first. Looks like he'll get some farms, and then we'll see.
We're definitely going to be in here for the long haul here. Neither side going to commit too much right now. We do have the owl online at the moment. The mice are now slowly making their way across the water line here. And Deadbones
just adding on more balloons for now.
He's
while getting his own here. Owl. Zeno put down an owl warren and is adding on a third balloon. So.
All right, Zeno doesn't have any skunks though. He only has the Falcons to deal with his opponents right now. And Deadbones, what is Deadbones going to have to do though? Because in terms of army value, he is definitely behind still.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Deadbones' plan is here. He may be using the mice to act as a tier 1 shield, more or less.
Ooh, he's going to swing around to the south, but the balloon scouts him out. His shots are being fired right now. The mice already make their way into the tier 3 warren. They get the tier 3 war at the very least. The mice will take the brunt of the toad explosions here, and Deadbones will back off for the time being. So they do snipe out the owl.
Doesn't lose anything and kills Zeno's owl horn, which was already building an owl. So Zeno loses
time.
360 food because of that.
He's going to have to rebuild that owl warren. It's going to cost him over another minute here. Deadbones following as he tried to scout out what Xeno's going to be planning next. Although Xeno, he's building most of his newer stuff to the north near his newer expansion here. But, Deadbones, he's already back on the field. His units are still nice and healthy. While fewer in number, their power is still pretty darn strong right now. 4 Falcons and 4 Skunks and a second Owl on its way.
Xeno just wants to sit tight and build up his forces behind this line of balloons, whereas Deadbones, by the time Xeno gets his first Owl up, Deadbones' second Owl is actually going to finish first. Yeah, so Deadbones will have 2 Owls by the time Xeno has 1.
Alright, so
and
Xeno
these balloons are not going to do too much against a swarm of units.
Alright, Xeno, he's going to be building his 3rd expansion right now on the riverfront here. A little bit closer to Deadbones' base, but Deadbones' initial base almost pretty much farmed out completely, so kind of no use to him anymore, except for some of the warrens up there, but he has his units already. And he's already thinking about going to the bottom. The bottom mill is built for Deadbones here, so doesn't have to worry about that corner anymore. And now let's
getting more air units. He has 2 Owls. He's building more Falcons, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. If these Toads can counter the large amount of mice that will be on the field, then Deadbones' army isn't all that strong. Although 4 Skunks will lay down a lot of gas.
My question is, ZenoAkoop, I'm not really sure. He has only built like 1 of each. He's got his second Owl on the way here, but he doesn't have that strong of a tier 1 army. He does have 2 Warrens of Toads, but only 3 Warrens of Squirrels, which will probably most likely fall to the Skunk gas regardless.
Yeah, the Squirrels aren't really going to be a factor, I think, unless the Toads completely take out the mice, but with the amount of Falcons and Skunks that Deadbones has, it's going to be rather tricky for Xeno to actually fight with his Squirrels, so Xeno is switching into more Falcons himself.
Oh, he's going to go for it. He sees this expansion. The mice are going, make their way for the Toads are exploding, but the mice, they're still in number right now, but they do fend off the enemy mice here. Xeno has his base safe still. And
yeah, Deadbones just getting a free trade. He kills some Toads when he doesn't really lose anything, so he can just do this a few times.
There we go. He's going to come back again. The mice already leading the front of the line here. Mice versus mice. Who's going to win out here? The Toads may be all the difference for this little engagement, but Xeno, he's still pushing in, but he's pushing into the water right now, and the Skunks are laying a lot of gas. The Owl is burst on Xeno's side, but the mice, they don't matter. They're just swimming around the gas right now, and Deadbones has more Falcons than Xeno at this point right now. It's still 1-1, but actually looks like the Falcons are dead right now. Deadbones doesn't have anything to kill the Falcons.
Yeah, Xeno had his Xeno Squirrels ended up killing the Falcons, and now Deadbones' tier 2 army is kind of dead.
So they do have the Falcon reinforcements on their way right now. The Skunks are all dead, but now the Skunks are reinforcing here. The Owl still going strong for Deadbones, however. The mice slowly being worn down 1 by 1. The Owl does explode for ZenoAkoop again. Here comes the Skunk from Xeno's side of the map now. He's going to be pouring his own skunk gas here. The Skunks from Deadbones' side are gone. Here comes another one for reinforcement from the bottom of the map. Falcons, they just keep coming back to the fight left and right here. It's an all-out brawl on this matter, but in the end, ZenoAkoop loses this one. He called the GG, and Deadbones will take game number 3.
The Owl popping for Xeno almost swung the fight in his favor. That was really close, actually. And then, yeah, Deadbones just kept on slow pushing as best he could, and both players had an insane economy, so they could just fight these tier 2 battles.
I think what was going on was that Deadbones had Falcons spread out. The Warrens were spread out from the top of the map and the middle of the map, and the way they kept reinforcing, they were attacking from different angles. And
that's a good point.
Yeah, and Xeno, I think he may have just felt overwhelmed by that.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Falcons came in from different angles, so they weren't that easy to focus fire down. And despite Xeno winning the first engagement with a single Falcon alive, Deadbones' reinforcements came in a little bit faster and ended up winning the air superiority. And then Deadbones had his Owls up so he could keep taking free trades.
Yeah, I mean, the mice, they just kept coming for Deadbones, and every time Xeno tried to approach with his own Owl, it kept bursting, because of the amount of Falcons that Deadbones had on his side.
Xeno going for the same build. Deadbones doing the same thing, except replacing Toads for Pigeons and going for Sniper Balloon rather than
I mean, if you go by the last game, it makes sense. He didn't really use Toads that much at all, but here we go. It's going to be game number 4 now. We still a long ways, folks, but Deadbones in the lead right now. He is this time on the north side of the map, Zeno on the south side of the map. They look pretty close to each other, but there is a giant lake separating them, so both sides most likely going to have to take the long way around.
The rush distance is fairly long, actually. Players have to go all the way around the north or the south in order to attack each other. Unless these players go for owls and falcons, which can go across the water. And it's probably going to be what these players go for again, because they seem to think that owl, falcon, skunk is a pretty good combo.
You know, I really have to say, like, this patch is pretty interesting because I've never seen this high usage of tier 3 and tier 2s. Like,
I would
usually,
like to point out that I played tier 2.
I know you play all
only
tier
builds.
2s, man, but
Yeah.
I know you do that, man. But I mean, seeing it here
It's
in
never
grand
been popular.
finals,
Yeah,
seeing it
totally.
here in grand finals, like that is actually something else here. You usually see people talk about how strong squirrels and lizards are in the meta, but these two, they've forgone that completely for this duel.
Yeah, they both seem to agree that this is the best selection of units, and they just go for it. They're also doing the same 7 farm Warren, I believe, both going squirrels again. So yeah, Zeno. Either expansion, I think Deadbones has the safest expansion to the east of his base, which Zeno can't really contest, unless he goes air units, obviously.
So this is essentially a mirror match according to their draft, but the difference being pigeons and toads. How would that kind of work out in the end for them?
I
you
think the toads didn't really have a huge impact last game, so I think the pigeons may actually work out in Deadbones' favor immensely by keeping tier 2s and tier 3s alive. So Zeno seems to be the first to add in skunks, whereas Deadbones' skunk warren is still on the way. And both
Alright.
players kind of have a high ground that they can posture on. But Deadbones has the squirrel lead.
Yep, he is going to be attacking first right now. He's going to be taking out most of Zeno's squirrels, it looks like, even with the spread out damage here. And
No,
now they're going to
skunk is
focus
out,
down, but the skunk warren is out for Zeno right now, and Deadbones is going to make a hasty retreat.
Yep, fairly even trade. Zeno skunk comes out in time. If he'd lost the warren, that would have been bad, but skunk came out, so Zeno's just fine.
The pigeon warren coming out for Deadbones at this time now. So going to see if he can heal his units in the middle of the skunk gas. But now Zeno's turn to go for the attack right now. He's going to attack from the high ground here, but not close enough yet. So
Very
we
nice
have to come
positioning,
around.
Bill.
All right,
Can
the
start spreading gas.
gas is down. How far is it going to spread? Not to the troops, however. It is going to be attacking that tier 2 warren. The other skunk is out, however, so now we're going to have ourselves a battle here. Skunk versus skunk gas right now. And Deadbones just completely sidesteps the gas from Zeno's side. And he's going to be pouring his own pressure here. However, he does lose a skunk in this battle, so 1 for 1 on each side.
And Deadbones lost his skunk warren, which is pretty huge. So
Nice.
he only has 1 skunk right now, and he can't reinforce. He's going for the earlier owl, but Zeno already has falcons. So I think Zeno's in a good spot.
All right, Zeno with his own double tier 2s at the moment. This time, Deadbone's going to be rebuilding a tier 2 warren for himself right now. Going to get 3 skunks on the field now with that extra skunk from the previous warren.
It's
But
very nice positioning from Zeno.
has to be very careful here. ZenoAkoop is marching down. He has his falcons at the ready here. He's also going to be taking a very aggressive mill for this map here. And now he's going to go in. His warren is gone. And 1 squirrel as the casualty for Zeno's side of the map here. Deadbones trying to find a way in with his skunk, but going to be pushed back by the falcons, who have superior vision at this point.
Lots of poke going on. Oh, very nice play from both players, just poking and prodding. Deadbones gets a balloon up. Zeno's going to counter balloon. This secures Zeno a lot of map points.
All right, the balloon is down. Zeno doesn't get up in time, but he does pop a skunk.
Yeah, decent trade, although Zeno will probably look to get another balloon up. Maybe
how-
get this high ground.
Deadbones possibly feeling the pressure at this point right now. He is going to bring his skunks there from the other side, but not going to get any shots in the falcons. They have the superior vision for
Deadbones has
themselves.
sold his owl in favor for more falcons.
Oh, his units are melting. The skunk gas is placed perfectly, and Deadbones can't attack there anymore. He loses all his skunks now at this point.
Which means Zeno is going to get up this balloon. So Deadbones only has the base in the back, which he does know about. Okay. So he's probably looking to take that sooner rather than later. Deadbones selling his falcons again. So maybe he looks to get another owl.
He has to be a little
Try and
bit.
get that
Both
up
sides have
again.
to be careful now. We are approaching that. We are at that 5-minute point. Deadbones only on 4 farms now. He only has 30 food at the ready. He's gonna have to sell off Warrens for the time being to afford another mill.
Ooh, Deadbones' Falcons are dancing around and kind of getting poked at by the sniper balloon. Doesn't quite end up dying, but that was rather close.
All right, it looks like another mill is going to be popped. He's going to be reinforcing his army with the Falcons at this point right now. But Zeno, he's going all in on this base right here. He's putting farms on it. It's a statement saying that Deadbones cannot cross this line at all.
ZenoAkoop is in charge of this game right now. He has the economy lead, he has the map positioning lead, so Deadbones has to try and catch up. He's spamming farms right now, hoping that Zeno doesn't push. She's probably not going to.
Alright, looks like both sides just now shoring up their economy here, although Zeno has a bit of a better position for himself, as Deadbones only has this 1 mill to work with now, and his original base is going to be running out of food probably very soon. Only 2 farms active on it for the time being, and Deadbones, he really went all in on getting his farm here. In the meantime, Zeno
securing the base
more
in the south. Yeah, very nice play from him. It denies it from Deadbones. He'll know if Deadbones looks to take one of those bases, so planning ahead. Zeno is going to put up the pressure, but because Deadbones has that second base fully farming in about 30 seconds, I feel like Deadbones still has a shot.
Oh, he's going to try to take out the balloon, but not close enough.
Nice try.
Zeno pressures with the army, and I don't think he can get in range for the pressure, but he's going to be trying to lay down the skunk gas right now, but Zeno has his own skunk gas.
Deadbones kills a toad. It's a win. It's a small one.
Small victories count for Deadbones at this point. He may be feeling the pressure now.
Alright, Deadbones is going to go for the owl. This
No,
may
he-
be
oh, there
a
it is,
tense
yeah.
fight, because Zeno does not have a tier 3 or the food to do so anytime soon. In
Alright,
fact, he's going for more economy.
it looks like Zeno's still slightly edging out in this army value battle right now, but once the owl is up, Deadbones will have a sizable army of his own, especially little mice to tank falcon shots, balloon shots, squirrel shots, and even toad explosions. But let's see how this is going, because Zeno is feeling very confident right now. He's just plopping more farms in all his expansions right now, up to 4 expansions himself,
Yeah.
10 farms
Deadbones
going strong.
manages to scout it though, so Deadbones knows what's up.
Alright,
He knows
so
that he's going economy, and his owl is going to start building in just a moment.
and there it is, the tick of 180 food going to the owl, and now we're gonna have to wait a few more seconds as it builds up. The rest of the skunks for Deadbones also making their way into the battlefield. The third one out of possible 4 making its way to the field.
And Zeno starts his own owl, but Deadbones' timing is going to be a lot faster, so
What
if this works
is
out.
Zeno bringing his falcons to the bottom for?
Might be Deadbones is building a mill there, so I think Zeno is just looking
Okay,
to
yeah, there it is. Deadbones.
But Zeno is going, Deadbones is going, he knows the Falcons aren't back at home, but he loses most of his army.
I think that one patch of skunk gas was enough for it. Oh boy.
Yeah, Deadbones, he still has that mill alive, because Zeno had to pull back, but Deadbones lost all of his tier 1 and 2 Falcons. He does have the owl up right now, so he may be looking to fight.
He does at least have the farm to get them rebuilt, although the food at hand is going to have to wait just a little bit longer. He does sell a skunk warren as a result. He is going to be building more into falcons now. In the meantime, the owl is up for Deadbones, but Zeno also has his owl on the way, already past the halfway mark here in terms of building. So we are going to have a pretty equal army here from both sides
Very
right now.
tense situation.
Well, he does take out that bottom mill,
Yeah.
so... that
Does
looks
it with
like
the squirrels this time, so his army value isn't quite as likely. But Deadbones still thinks this is his time to go.
Oh,
He's
okay,
probably
he
right.
does take out one balloon right now, and now Deadbones is going to go in with his mice at the moment in the front line. The Falcon almost taken out from Xeno's side, but there are not enough squirrels to take it out. Deadbones does back up for the time being. He at least gets the balloon, which does even out their army value score.
Oh,
And
man.
right now, it's dancing around the mice. They're being aggressive right now as they just try to start these fights for themselves here. And here we go. Xeno's now getting closer here. Those lines are being drawn. One skunk is down from Deadbones' side. The second one's still alive. Well, not anymore. Oh, 1 HP left. 1 HP. That skunk is still alive. Now Deadbones is pressing his way in right now. The gas is choking out Xeno's position at this point here. The skunk is gone, the mice are here, but the gas is already on the ground right now. Deadbones has a superior numbers at this point.
Deadbones, okay, that was insane. Deadbones sells his skunks, still has pigeons to work to heal with. For a moment, I was afraid we would get into ZVZ, Broodlord versus Broodlord, but not quite as bad. Deadbones looks like he wants to go again.
But the Owl is gone from Zeno. He doesn't have the units to reinforce right now, and the Owl Bomb does go off. The Owl destroyed. The mice are coming on the field, but this time it's red gas littering the field. The Falcons are going down on Deadbones' side, and Zeno will take the win. Deadbones calling GG as his army disappears.
Deadbones sold his skunks, which won him the last fight, or the previous fight. So Zeno, I think the skunks are the pivotal unit in these engagements. It's so hard to tell because these players have to make so many split-second decisions. Well, 2 for 2. What a game.
Wow. We have a grand finals match here, guys. This is just going back and forth again right now, and we are going to see this match will decide who gets the advantage in the next one. That will be just one game away from claiming victory here, and it looks like Deadbones is going to go for the moles this time.
In these slow games, it may be possible to build up a critical mass of moles and just run 50 moles at your opponent. But then again, Zeno has been favoring the toads, so...
And this time he's going to be switching out from the owl to the badger this time.
Okay, so Deadbones thinks that his strategy, or his unit selection, isn't quite good enough. Switching out the pigeons for the mole and the owl for the badger. Boy may change his mind.
No,
the
okay.
exact same thing.
The owl's back. So once again, we have a mirror match here, folks, but moles instead of toads for Deadbones. Deadbones trying to find that one magic unit to fit into his build right now. Here we go. Game number 5. Zeno versus Deadbones. Deadbones to the right. Zeno to the left. And lots of mills in the middle.
Interesting. So neither player has a super easy expansion. Zeno has the easiest one. But Deadbones has a fairly simple to defend expansion as well.
I think one weird thing about Deadbones, the expansion here, it's in the middle of the water, so there's not as much room for him to build around it if he ever gets a chance to.
Plenty of space to build between the two bases, though. There is an entryway into his main base, so he has to be careful about that. I expect Deadbones to secure the middle position on the map, to maybe even claim the mill that's in the dead center, and build out his position from there.
Oh no, he's going for the mole rush! He's doing it! He's doing it, the madman! But he does.
Loses his commander, unfortunately.
The moles are still there right now, and Zeno, he sees there's only 4 farms building. He's probably thinking, what's up right now? But the moles, they're already going there! The mole that was built on this hill is in range right now, and now they're targeting
Oh, that did not work.
The one is built for Zeno. He's going to have another warring down. Deadbones trying to go all in with the mole strategy here. Okay. What is going on? He loses the moles, only gets 1 farm. That was a disastrous mole rush if I've ever seen one. Oh my gosh.
Rather unfortunate, getting caught in the water there. Deadbones sold his moles, even though he could have run them away, let them heal and sell them later, but I guess he feels the need to get his farms up and running.
Oh man. And Zeno is going to be the one who takes that middle mill. Ooh, this is going to be really bad for Deadbones. He only has 1 squirrel warren up, only 1 squirrel alive at the moment. In the meantime, Zeno
can't really push either, though, because of Deadbones can just sit his units and defend with units and pigs, and he should be fine.
Zeno is going to be putting the balloon down, and Deadbone's going to see if he can try to kill it before it gets fully built here, but Zeno already responds, puts his squirrels on top of the balloon, and protects it with their lives.
Deadbones, probably he does not want this to go up, so all in all, I think the food count is fairly even, just Deadbones' farms were a little bit later.
He's going to bring out moles now on his side of the map. Deadbones probably wants some tanky unit to tank the balloon shots.
That's exactly
It'll be enough, though. He only has 1 mole at the ready, though. He's going to be bringing out the second one. And Deadbones, he's in a very tricky situation. He's got behind in the economy for a little bit. And now Zeno, he's going to build up his army on the front lines here. Next to the balloon. Easy reinforcements for Zeno. And here we go. We're going to have the engagement right now. The mole is making their way through, but they're already chunked down. But the balloon is down at the very least for Deadbones, so he can count his lucky stars, but he does lose all his squirrels in that engagement. Deadbones does get a mole reinforcement and 1 squirrel to defend, but the mole, he takes down 2 squirrels actually, and now there's only 1 squirrel left attacking. And Deadbones slowly trickling in reinforcements, but the Toads are now coming into play here for Zeno. And Deadbones doesn't have the reinforcements to help out. He's gonna try to build another mole. And Zeno, he's not gonna press in. He's gonna stand back for the time being. Deadbones now has enough squirrels to defend.
It's a good win for Zeno. Zeno lost the balloon, but Deadbones lost his moles, and Zeno has only been building warrens, so Zeno has an overwhelming force right now.
Comes a bigger army, 9 squirrels now versus the Toads. The Toads explode, taking out some squirrels, takes out the mole, but it looks like Deadbones, he's going to be pushing out Zeno. And now he's going to be building a very forward... He's going to be building moles on the front line here right now. Although, will they be built in time, or are they just there for distraction? The Toads get killed before they can approach, however. And now, Deadbones, he's actually attacking forward now. He's moving on forward, the mole tanking a lot of the squirrel shots, and he actually has more squirrels on the field. Well, almost more squirrels, one by one, but Deadbones getting the reinforcement he needs. And wow, Deadbones actually pushes Zeno out of it.
Deadbones has lost a lot of warrens, which is really unfortunate for him. As Zeno, because he has built this very forward position, he can just pile on the aggression, and he can get, this one farm, which if the game goes another 30-40 seconds, is going to come into play immensely. Deadbones feels like he needs more moles, but against these Toads, I'm not sure it's the right play. We'll have to see if he can control it properly.
On Deadbones, he's trying to figure out what he needs to do right now. It looks like he might think about getting the expansion here, so he's going to get them on the water.
Oh, he's going to see
now he will. All right, here we go. Deadbones thinking about for another attack, just putting his units here in the tree line right now.
Zeno goes for the mill. Deadbones can just snipe a lot of warrens, so both players have to be very careful about their positioning.
All right, bit of a cold war here right now. Both of them have their armies up and ready, but neither of them really ready to attack quite yet. A single misplay here could be disastrous for either side, especially with Zeno putting so much here on the front line right now.
If either player can get a balloon up for vision, that's going to give so much information. You can just look at the minimap and see whatever's happening at a glance. Zeno's going to put up a mill.
Do they have... Deadbones definitely doesn't really have the food for it. He only is on 4 farms right now. He's trying to get the farms built on his expansion, which Zeno doesn't really seem to be worried about too much. He does have the balloon. The balloon is going to go down, though.
But Deadbones is going skunk, so he can fight into this army, and he can actually move around this balloon if he wants to. Go for a fight.
Deadbones stalling for some time. It looks like the balloon is going to be up. Not close enough to get those pigs, however, so the expansion's still safe for the time being. Still across the water, so not really easy to attack into for Zeno.
And Zeno does not spot Deadbones as tier 2 Warren because of the positioning, which is very nice from Deadbones.
Yeah, can't get into that choke point now. He's going to try to go around the backside, see what he can do, and just try to distract Zeno for the time being. It looks like trying to see what Zeno's going to be building out in the back here. He actually does survive long enough. He's not going to burrow back. He's just going to calmly walk back to his base like nothing happened.
Yeah, Deadbones can't really get these forward farms right now.
He does get the balloon shot right now when he burrowed out.
That should be a safe farm. And Zeno doesn't really want to leave. Deadbones' first skunk is out, and he does have a falcon on the way as well. Ooh. So this may be Deadbones' cue to go. He can just skirt around.
He's going to sneak around the bottom of the map here. He makes his way through, but the balloon shots are through right now. And Zeno is on to the attack right now, but the skunk now going on the Toads. They go for the squirrels, but the skunk is... Where's the skunk? The skunk is gone, it looks like. It died in that engagement here, and that's going to be a GG. Deadbones does not have enough in the army to continue, and Zeno will be taking the W.
Very aggressive positioning from Zeno. He came really close to having to give up that position when Deadbones broke out, but I feel like the reliance on moles for Deadbones relying on moles so heavily didn't really have him. He didn't have the warrants to keep pushing.
I mean, that really unfortunate mole rush there that failed so hard for Deadbones.
Yeah,
set him back so hard.
Stuck underwater, and he couldn't.
It was that really unfortunate moment where the mole was so close to the pigs, close enough to actually activate its aggro, and caused the mole to walk downhill to chase after the pig. And then Zeno saw this, like, hey, what you doing here? And he just pulls them around, allow his warrants to build, and here we go. Game number 6 now underway here. Both of them selected the draft pretty quickly for this one, but let's go into this number 6 game. Zeno to the north, Deadbones to the south, and once again, we have the exact same build for both sides. And Deadbones, are you going to do this again? Deadbones, are you
Very
gonna?
well might.
Oh my gosh, Deadbones.
Tournament point for Zeno on this match. Deadbones has to win this and the next.
He's doing it! He sold the farm after Zeno scouted it! He's gonna go for the mole rush again!
Oh, Deadbones.
He's gonna do it again! This time there's actually room for him to build the moles better. Oh, this is bad. Zeno's gonna come back. He's gonna come back.
Now.
The moles are already building right now. They are finished building 2 moles at the ready. The third one's going to be on its way very soon. They're marching their way down into the map right now. The third mill currently halfway to being built. The first pig will be going down very soon. There it is. Oh, Zeno almost died there in that engagement. However, he cannot lose his life here or else his moles are gone. Here we go. The second pig is dead. The Warrens are trying to get up, but they may not be fast enough right now. The third pig is dead now, and he's going to go after the squirrel warren. This time he has another mole building once again for himself. Zeno trying to figure what he can do, but there's only 2 farms. He can't get enough units on the field on time. The warren is still building. He's going to go after another pig. And once again, Deadbones still reinforcing his army with another mole. The next pig is gone. Only 1 farm left. Zeno's going to starve. Deadbones did it. He pulled off the mole rush in the grand finals. And now there's no farm for Zeno. He has no food to work with right now. He can't even build a farm. This is GG. Zeno gonna go for a desperate play here, but that's it. There's nothing he can do right now. What a play by Deadbones. Oh,
Pulls it off.
The classic mole rush feint. Go for the 5th farm. Sell it immediately when it gets scouted out. Oh, Zeno.
Zeno trying to micro his squirrels, but you can't keep running. And Deadbones now has 4 moles.
Oh, it doesn't matter. That's game. Oh, he's gonna try to build another mill here. He's trying his best to stall this one out. I don't think it mattered. That's GG. Deadbones takes it. We're going to a game number 7.
Deadbones just pulls it out with the perfect timing on the mole rush. That was insanity.
Oh my gosh,
Just to have the guts when he's down, he loses it. He loses the tournament.
He failed the mole rush in game 5 even. He did it again. Zeno was probably thinking he won't do that again. He failed so hard, but this was just the perfect moment for him. Now he's gonna go back to Toads. We're gonna have Zeno's gonna pick up the moles now. Was game 7 gonna be decided by a mole rush?
We'll have to see. Maybe Zeno does the same thing now.
Oh.
Yeah, Zeno dropping the balloon in favor of moles. And Deadbones thinking long and hard about this final pick, but the guts from Deadbones to just mole rush when his tournament life is on the line. For first place, second place, he just goes for it. Pulls it off perfectly.
Oh my gosh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 7 here. Deadbones clutching out with the mole rush here. Zeno's going to be taking moles for himself now. Is he going to do it? Here we go. Zeno to the left. Deadbones to the right of the map. Deadbones with a ton of options around him. And Zeno has nothing, really. He only has a very far one to the north. But this may not even matter. He has moles in his composition.
We'll have to see if he ends up using them. Map is certainly favored for Deadbones in this case. We've seen this map or a version of it a few times, but with the players in different positions. So...
Okay, he's not going to do the mole rush. He's going to go straight into farm. So why pick up the moles then?
He may have thought about it. Maybe he'll see Deadbones scouting his farms now, and then he will rethink his options.
Alright, well, that farm is up, so the mole rush timing is kind of gone now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Zeno's going for it.
Alright, well, that's
a game.
Yeah, pretty... Well, I mean, considering what we've seen in this grand finals, I don't think anything is standard anymore. Just throw that notion out the window.
Well, standard for these players where they go slow.
We've seen it all. We've seen contain. We've seen tier 3 plays. We've seen tier 2 plays. We've seen the mole rush happen twice. I mean, anything is possible in this grand finals here.
Anything can happen. We'll have to see how this map plays out, because Zeno is going to have to make a move to secure his position somewhere. And the unfortunate part is that his main base is also exposed from the south. And this time he doesn't have balloons to deny Deadbones access to a spot like that.
Yeah, going for moles for a possible mole rush thought means he doesn't have anything to defend, and Deadbones, if he does get the map control, I mean, he certainly has the room for the map control. He's on the higher tier. He has tons of mills around him, but it looks like Zeno's going to be the first one to make an attack. He's going to be swinging his squirrels down to the south side. Deadbones will see this, however. He does have a warrant of Skunk building at this moment, and Zeno is going to be building 2 moles.
Skunk's going to be out in time, but these 2 moles are going to tank a lot of damage, but Deadbones' positioning is really good.
3 moles, it looks like. So Zeno is going to have a nice little tanky front, but the Skunk is here right now. It's going to be firing some gas at this moment, and Deadbones pull his army back. The first mole is gone. The second mole gone as well. Zeno has to pull back here.
Yeah, Zeno loses the army value trade, but he does kill a Warren. So Deadbones loses a little bit of momentum. I would consider that a failure for Zeno, though, with the way... Yeah, as a food... I don't know, the moles have to do more than that, and Deadbones has tier 2, so he can easily keep fighting.
I mean, he can't reinforce his moles that quickly, and Deadbones, if you look at their current food on hand right now, Deadbones definitely in the lead right now. He's already gotten 4 warrens of squirrels. He's going to get a warren of toads to add to his already double skunks here, and Zeno, he's only just now putting down his own tier 2 warren here. But Deadbones, he's already approaching.
Yeah, he's going for this, but he has to contend with his high ground, which is going to make it rather tricky, and there's a massive choke point.
Here we go. The first skunk actually does die to the toads, but they're going to have to run through the gas for the time being, so they are going to be slightly weakened. But Deadbones, he's going to...
great, but Deadbones feels like he needs to back off with that many toads still alive.
Yep.
The fact that Deadbones loses the skunk, Zeno lost his mole unless he sold it, so Zeno was another even trade. Which is fine for Deadbones, is in the longer run. He will pull ahead in this game. He has an expansion building already.
I mean, we've seen where Zeno was in a worse economic situation based on the map, where all he had to do was punch through his way to victory. But Deadbones definitely looks like he's in a much more secure position. He puts his first expansion a little bit out of the way. It's not the one immediately right next to his base. He's going to go for the one on the very high ground.
Yep, just completely safe. There's no real way Zeno can do anything about it.
In the meantime, as Deadbones is building his next Falcon Warren, Zeno takes his bottom expansion here way to the south, so he has some sort of access to Deadbones' side of the map. Also does deny one of the mills close to Deadbones here. And now he's going to be plopping down an owl.
Deadbones is going to scout it, though. So he knows what's happening. Zeno might be going for this.
Is he marching? Is he marching? No, he's not. He's on the back for the time being. Deadbones plops 2 warrens immediately to the front lines.
2 toad warrens for Deadbones.
Just to add a bit more to the defenses here and cause some big explosions right now.
Deadbones is definitely ahead in economy, and we're going to hit the 5-minute mark in just about 10 seconds. And yeah, Zeno, he's going to lose his base. He doesn't feel like he can stay around.
Now, the question is here. Zeno went for the owl. Is he going to have problems with his economy?
He has to win with his owl push, I think. Unless he can secure the base to the north. But if this owl push doesn't work, then Zeno has no way back into this game.
Okay, so he put his toads up to the north side of the map, next to the river here, around where Deadbones is now attacking right now. He's going to make his way in. His Falcon's now serving as high ground vision. The gas is going away, but the toads, they're coming in from behind right now. Can they get there in time? Some of the squirrels are being taken out, but the Falcons see them too, and now they're getting mowed down here. They're even walking through the gas. It's too late. Deadbones has the superior numbers at this moment. He's going to mow down Zeno's warrens. GG! Deadbones is your champion for the November knockout.
Oh man, Zeno, he tried. He tried so hard to make that work, but the toads came in too late. His squirrels were already dead, and the map was kind of unfortunate, but still, Deadbones showed that he has the guts, the strategy, the level of play needed to take a tournament win like this. What a series. That was impressive.
And here we go. This concludes the November knockout.